right to your front door. And don't forget their top-notch Crowler fill system. And Street Drive-In, your one-stop beverage stop at 1801 O Street.
Coming at you live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios. This is Old School, brought to you by Sandhills Global. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome into Old School. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Tuesday feeling like a Monday. It's all good here. DP's here. Jay is here. Hit us up on the Honda of Lincoln hotline, Sauter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. Join us in our conversations. If you listen to the spillover, a lot of fight talk. A lot of fight talk going on today. I don't know exactly what happened. Well, I know exactly what happened. We saw the United, right?
Yeah,
video.
It was United.
United and a CFL player getting into it in the airport. Unnecessary, but it feels like that's happening a lot more lately.
It makes me sad.
Is that people just feeling themselves, or is that just the fact that there are smartphones everywhere and now everything's being captured?
Everything's been captured, and well, it's both. It's both, because there are people who are walking around angry. I mean, we can vouch for that just from the text line. There are people angry over sports talk.
Yeah, and the airport, a lot of people are
sports talk. Like,
right.
This is like, wait, show me on the doll where sports talk hurt you.
And people have always been angry at airports.
Well, because usually, I mean, there's a reason you're going. Like, it could be family emergency. It could be you going to see a thing. You're going to break up with somebody. There's a million reasons. The stories of people sitting next to me just purging themselves of stories of why they're traveling.
Don't want to travel.
Right. It's like they're
traveling
anxious.
Sucks right now.
Right. Then you went through the whole mask mandate, and people were using that as an excuse to be rude and obnoxious to each other.
Yeah.
And that's really just what it is. Like, it's just people being rude and obnoxious. Put it down. Put it down. Everybody's going through stuff. Your stuff is not unique.
Right. You're
just going through it. We're all trying to get through and get to our next place safely, happily, healthily. Go to a bar. I don't go to the bar to fight. That's not
right.
That's not what it was. And just, I tell you what, I think I reached my point through all the years in the bar, because there was never a fight that was worth it. Like, there was never.
Both of them in this case definitely ain't gonna be worth it.
Yeah, there was
still
never,
funny though.
Never seen a fight that was worth it for the two people.
No,
except like organized fights.
No, I mean but that was the thing.
Their job.
Well, go and be a pro fighter.
If you think you can fight,
like, go and be a pro fighter,
and get shown that you can't actually fight.
Right, like we talked to Anthony Smith and Derek Minner, and when they talk about it, like, that's their life, and they're skilled, highly skilled, and they go through the process.
I can only imagine how annoying that would be.
Right,
being a professional fighter and like going to a bar, because drunk people just, if they recognize you, I'm like, I bet I could beat you up.
Well, but they get that online. Just imagine.
Yeah, somebody had a couple hard drinks,
and they're sitting on Twitter telling the guys who the best fighters in the world how they should fight.
Right?
Oh, you shouldn't have done that. What you should have done?
How they should fight,
or they can do something to them.
Right. Like, this is the thing. So being around athletes and rock musicians, that's another group that just, the fights are just, it's like, why are you doing that? So there are people just walking around angry, and people are going through it. And I'm not listening anybody's stress and drama, but man, let's put it down. Let's put it down. All right.
It's okay.
Well, but the whole alcohol thing is literally why there's not alcohol in Memorial Stadium, because the fear is that alcohol will give people a reason to act a fool.
Yeah.
And there are people that don't want to deal with it.
Mm.
There are people don't want to deal with it. You want to go take your family and go to a game and have to deal with the obnoxious drunk dude. Now, mind you, people are still trying to circumvent the system by getting drunk before they get there.
Mm-hmm. Then you have to deal with the obnoxious drunk dude who's about to pass out in the third quarter from the heat.
Yep.
Early
That's
in
the
Because
biggest
he ain't
thing.
drank no water.
Yeah.
So then you have to move because the safety people have to get in there and carry the person out, and maybe they throw up, and it's just a problem.
Well, and it's
I think eventually there'll be alcohol. I just think that it's always that 2% thing, right?
mm-hmm.
There's always people that ruin it.
It's the people that go there to kind of drink some alcohol, watch a good game, cheer, and then it's always that 2% that are going to go there and ruin it for the other 98% that can indulge, with common sense. So that's going to be anywhere. Whether you see it in the professional sports, NBA, you know what I mean. You see it all
NFL,
the time.
every NFL.
You see. I mean, the Oakland Raiders. You see it at baseball games. I mean, you see it all the time. I mean, I remember when the Raiders came and we played when I was in Buffalo. I mean, that might have been the longest game ever because there were so many fights. I mean, the Raiders fans traveled like a gang, and obviously, Buffalo fans will drink, and fans are going to try to, defend their home turf, and if that's two teams that have a history, like, Buffalo, Miami, New York teams, there's going to be some scraps. So,
New York
I think
and Philly.
I think it's just going to be. It just comes with the territory. I mean, I don't think. I mean, but as you get alcohol, you need to have more security.
Well, you also get more confidence,
right?
That people all of a sudden is like, I'm invincible. No,
right.
You're drunk. There's
right.
a difference.
I can't die.
I can't die. What was it? Never question the stupidity of drunk people. I thought the Giants and the Eagles was it was the scariest game I've ever been at, because it was in December and everybody was lubing up, before the game,
right?
And it was like a conference championship game.
Oh yeah, so then people have been thinking about it all week,
right? So it's 7 days to just lube up and get. But then when I was hanging out with the Chargers, we went to San Diego, and the Raiders came to town. And the Raiders traveled down, and I'm telling you,
they travel like a gang.
They were gangs. We all like to believe that we cool anywhere, except for there were dudes who rode up with the lowriders and the colors, and I just went, oh boy, like this is, and it took all of like 15 minutes for the first Raiders-Chargers fight to break out in the parking lot. And I just went, y'all are fighting before the game, just talking about it.
Raiders fans are different.
I think they're the ones.
Yeah, the Raiders fans are just
Giants fans irritating.
Mm-hmm.
Raiders fans are purposeful.
Yeah, they
know
ignorant.
what they're doing.
Like Eagles fans will give it to you. I'm trying to think of who else. Right, but Raiders fans is the one. Like
I just imagine people in Philly leaving their house, and let's say like 3 guys are going to the game, and they're like, "Hey, we're going to defend our turf, and these Raiders fans ain't going to be punking us today." Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I got you. Chug a beer, get there.
Is our parking lot.
Yeah.
This is our stadium. This is our city.
Well, they roll through, and then the funny thing is, and Jay can speak to it. The post game players parking lot versus the post game fans parking lot.
Oh yeah, it's totally different.
Because the players parking lot it's a meet and greet. It's a party. It's a celebration. But the fans parking lot, it was like, I don't want to be here.
It's like those every time they do like a post-apocalyptic movie, and it's just that like slum where there's just like cars broken down and there's fires on torches and people just walking through and cats and trash. That's the post-game fans parking lot.
Yeah, Gus says don't forget Philly fans. Yeah, that was the thing. The Eagles fans want to fight. Giants fans want to just get on your nerves to the point where you want to fight.
Right.
Raiders fans don't care what you think.
They fly all the way across the country to fight.
Like they don't care what you think. And then
Bills fans are ready.
Bills fans fight each other.
Bills fans seem fun.
Like they fight each other.
Yeah, that's the Bills fans will fight each other.
Bills fans seems fun.
Well,
like I probably can't go up there with a Patriots jersey on, but I want to hang out with some Bills fans.
No, because it's the idea that you dove through the table, bruh. I was supposed to dive through the table.
They fight over stupid stuff.
Like I was supposed to
my
jump
buffalo wing and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, I can't lie. Like Bills fans, like I can't be mad at Bills fans. They're hilarious.
You haven't been to a Bills game.
I have not.
You go to a Bills game and tell me what you understand.
They're hilarious. Every time the Patriots go up there, they throw objects on the field.
And let's be clear. Pats fans don't get a pass.
No, they do not. No, they're terrible.
They don't get Pats, but they're different Pats fans. There are the wine and cheese Pats fans, and then there are the Red Sox Pats
then there's
fans.
the Boston
Pats
fans.
Like the real Boston.
There's the like Northeast Pats fans, and then there's the Boston.
Boston fans think they're tough.
That's different.
Yeah.
You know, and I always think of the Eddie Murphy Raw where he talks about he goes see a Rocky movie.
Oh yeah, that was the guy at United.
Yeah, he goes see the Rocky movie and it's like, look, little Italian man, I know you feel how you feel, but no, we cannot do this.
Yeah, you ain't Rocky tonight.
No, it's not there. So I love the fact I don't recall a fight at a Nebraska game. I don't. Well, think about it. Well, in fairness, 2 years of the pandemic. So 2 years of the pandemic. So there are fewer people.
I've witnessed a couple fights.
But what were the fights over?
No idea. I got there when the fight was like in the middle or at the end.
Yeah, you just walked.
No idea what I
just walked in on a UFC fight.
I saw a circle of people and I was like, "What's going on?" And I got two dudes fighting. I'm like, what happened? They go, "I don't know."
Jay, have you witnessed any fights here
in Nebraska? No.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, but no.
I feel like opposing fans want to fight, like getting like shoving matches.
I'm sure there's been some
fans.
like up at Colorado or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
What up, Thomas, man? Thomas, he goes, I'm a Carolina fan and I want to fight the higher-ups who make terrible decisions. I'm with you, bro. I am with you. So several texters say Nebraska and Colorado.
I'm sure up there.
My father-in-law went to that game, one of the games in Colorado. And as they were walking out, they noticed Colorado fans smashing cars' windows with Nebraska plates, smashing the windows, and anybody with Husker gear on was getting harassed. So they took their jackets off, threw them in the trash, took the license plates off their cars, and drove out.
No,
that's too much.
When the
they were like, we're not doing this. So they threw their jackets,
and you never go back. Like you never go back. If that happens, you never go back.
Yeah, Colorado fans are crazy because when Nebraska played up there recently, Scott was the head coach or is the head coach. I was at that game, and one of my friends was with me, and he's a big dude, and he can throw hands. I mean, for real. And the running joke is people he just looks like a guy you want to mess with until he knocks you out, right? So we're walking to the game. It's hot. And I think he had a Affliction shirt on or just kind of like a shirt with graphics on. We're just walking. We had no Nebraska stuff on. We're just walking and, to the game. Or maybe I did, but I know he didn't. And these two Colorado punks, right? And it's packed up there because the Nebraska fans, they drank them out of all the beer and stuff. But these two little punks came up to him and was like, "Look at you." And he started cussing at him with that shirt on. Right. And I looked at these two dudes. I'm like, this dude will kill you right now. Like, whatever. And he got instantly mad, and this is it. But then they ran off into like a garden party and you couldn't find him because he was going for him. Literally, that's what happens when you're at Colorado. You could be just walking to the game. And Wisconsin fans, they do some crazy stuff.
Ginger Beerman said they threw pea snowballs.
They had water bottles and apparently they filled them with pee and they were throwing them into like the Nebraska fan section.
What is wrong with people? Randy says 1988 UCLA got tons of fight at halftime. Yeah, UCLA has a bit of the Raider fan outlier.
You wouldn't expect. I wouldn't expect that with UCLA.
Oh,
Yeah, I wouldn't
you,
either.
have you been to the Coliseum?
I expect that with USC.
No.
The Coliseum, yeah, USC, but at the Rose Bowl, I wouldn't expect that with UCLA.
There's
UCLA seems like a strict wine and cheese crowd.
No, it crosses over. It crosses over.
It's that baby blue, I'm telling you. You can't fight
Well,
baby
but
blue.
UCLA also turns, I mean, those are 49er fans. So you did get a crossover.
I just think sometimes
It's
people take it
regional.
too far.
I think it's regional. I think it can be regional. Yeah, Dodgers and Giants games. Again, same area.
There's got to be two teams that got a history. I mean, it could happen anywhere, really, to be honest with you. I mean, Chiefs Raiders. I mean, it's Chiefs. I mean, it's just any type of game where
Chiefs Broncos.
I
where
don't
it's
remember
intense.
a fight at a Washington football game.
Yeah, some places don't, but there's some teams you know there's going to be some scraps. I know that
Too scared if you get in a fight, the stadium's going to crumble right underneath you.
No, Rico. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. That building was a mecca. You don't blaspheme. It was until it started shaking.
Wait a minute.
Until it was like I don't even remember Dallas and Washington fans fighting. And you talk about a severe dislike.
hatred,
I don't.
Maybe they fought down in Dallas.
Probably closer to, but not really because I've been dressed in Washington gear and in Dallas.
Sometimes with the old Redskins, Commanders fans, they just been so bad for so long. It's like they just if you don't know their fan base, they just felt like they've been just beat down.
There's nothing.
There's
no anger to.
Right.
It's just
like they show
can't
up.
do this.
They show up and know how the movie's going to end, and they just keep going.
They
It's
cheer
like
for the first couple quarters, and they're like, "All right,
here we go.
Here we
Two
go.
turnovers, and we end up losing by 10 points, and we've been up with 10.
Every team that I root for.
just
currently.
prepared for the collapse."
That's every team I root for currently.
That's Washington Commanders.
Yeah, that's Commanders, that's Panthers, that's Nebraska. Like every team I'm rooting for right now, that's my existence. Is we're gonna win today. This is the day, and it's gonna turn today. And it's like, oh look, we're in it. We're actually ahead. This is going. Oh no,
It's that magician trick where they pull the thing out from underneath all the glassware, except all of it falls.
and it's like, oh
Yeah.
no,
that's it, yeah.
it's and then I hear Maya Rudolph from Bridesmaids. It's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening. It's happening.
Not Chicken Eric said in 2005 Colorado game, the refs kicked out the entire student section. I remember hearing about that, like people talking about that, but I was in 5th grade. I don't remember it.
Can we just all agree to just keep our hands to ourselves? That'd be
great.
That'd be fantastic.
We can agree, but there's people not listening who will not agree.
That's life. All right, we'll throw the break. We'll come back. We'll all get in a better place, and Jay will try to not throw hands.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday. You lost Wednesday. You're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Southeast Community College has learning centers in Falls City, Hebron, Nebraska City, Plattsmouth, Wahoo, and York so that you can take credit and non-credit classes at a center nearby without having to travel an hour or more to campus. By taking online classes and those at a learning center, you can earn your degree from SCC where and when it's convenient for you, all at a cost that won't stand in the way of your education. Learn more about SCC's learning centers at southeast.edu/learning centers. SCC, your path to possible.
In today's day and age, people are trying to do more and more projects by themselves. That might be better on the wallet, but it can also lead to painful sounds like this. Ow! Poor guy, trying to do wiring all by himself. Let's have another listen. It's just not worth it. Don't hurt yourself or make things worse than they are already. For any of your electric needs, call Joe at Ambition Electric today at 402-217-3415 or go to ambitionelectric.com.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric ensures our home and office HVAC systems run smoothly throughout the year to provide maximum comfort and convenience. Routine maintenance reduced our operating costs just by improving the efficiency of our unit. Consider a maintenance agreement to ensure you too receive priority for services and scheduling. This helps meet manufacturer warranty requirements. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
Cloudy, cool, and damp conditions expected here for your Tuesday. We'll top out only at around 55. Rain expected to move in by late this morning and last through much of the afternoon. Rain chances will continue tonight with a low of 52. We will continue with rain chances tomorrow and only a high of 57. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tune in every Monday morning throughout the summer at 6:45 a.m. for golf course reviews on the Nebraska Golf Passport Early Break Golf Tour with Jake Sorensen and Steve Sipple on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Old School. 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Now I'm all angry. Damn it, Mark.
he poked at you.
It's time for the best segment in radio. Hopefully Jay Foreman stays on his side of the table.
No hands, baby.
No hands. We agreed.
No hands.
We agreed in the first segment not to throw hands anymore, despite how angry you get over one of the best songs in the world.
Woke up this morning and I got out of bed. Had a big old cup of coffee to clear my head. Telephone rang and you wanna chat? Well, sit on down and tell me what up with that. Ooh-wee. What up with that? What up with that? Ooh-wee. What up with that? What up with that? He said, she said, we said, Lee said, what up with that?
Funky horns. Funky horns.
Who knew you knew, said what, who do, what up with that? What
Finish strong, Rico.
with that?
Yes.
What up, Rico?
You look so dejected, so down.
Hey, that would hurt.
I was timing.
So
Timing.
downtrodden.
That would hurt him.
Well, it's time to get more people sad.
Oh no.
No more balloons.
I saw that.
Nebraska Cornhusker football suspending red balloon tradition due to helium shortage. They said we don't care about the littering. We just ran out of helium.
Well, the entire country's running out of helium.
I better not see balloons at Clemson then.
Do they do it?
Yeah. When they run down there, the hill, they touch Howard's Rock, they run down the hill, they have a bunch of balloons lining the side.
So that's only one time. Do they do it after every touchdown?
No.
Well, there you go.
But they do it every game.
Yeah, but it's 12 times versus ideally.
Well, it'd be Nebraska. It'd be, it's after the first touchdown. So
it's not every touchdown?
No.
Oh.
That's a lot of balloons. Well, not lately.
So essentially, yeah, it'd be.
So there actually is a helium shortage.
Yeah, I know.
It's actually a thing, and It's
stupid
circumstances beyond.
And it's
Trev's
more
control.
expensive than you think, right? Yeah.
Well, especially now because
the shortage is going to drive up the prices. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of. I mean, is it really that big a deal for people to be upset about?
People are upset about it.
People are upset about
anything
tradition.
I get it, but is it something?
Tradition.
If you ask them and say, okay, will you give up balloons versus 9 wins? And you can't say I want both.
We'll just come up with another tradition.
Yeah. But this one's been along for I don't know how long. It's been around.
Which is the worst answer. Which is the worst answer to anything to say. That's tradition. That's tradition. That's what we've always done. Yes, stop it. Okay. There's a thing.
I don't think it's a big deal.
Like just adopt what the Aggies do. Adopt what Texas A&M does. Anytime an Aggie scores, every Aggie scores. So just say, okay, anytime anytime a Husker scores, every Husker scores. So just kiss the person you were there with and move along.
The tradition of releasing the balloons after Nebraska's first touchdown at home began in the 1960s. Back when helium was 1 cent.
Everybody needs to worry about Ireland, that game, and winning as many games as possible.
Right, like
because you could always bring if the helium comes back, then you can do it. You got to be able to pivot and understand. You can't create something that's not there.
Joe, you come in with you angry at breakfast, bro? What is? He goes, winning was a tradition, but we got rid of that, and he didn't exactly say that.
Damn, Joe.
Dang, Joe.
I'm laughing because it hurts.
Damn, Joe. I found after I saw this last night. Yeah, I know. After I saw the thing last night, I go, well, I found Trev's first mistake as athletic director.
No, I didn't look at it as a mistake. People were we blame people for stuff that they don't have control over.
No,
like gas prices. No, that's not how that works. That's not Google.
It happens every year.
Google, just learn. So
4 years.
Folks, calm down. This is how this works. They said, would you rather release balloons or be able to have your loved one get an MRI? Hey, it's facts.
Is my loved one scoring touchdowns?
You're so Rico.
I'm kidding.
Not really.
It
came too ready. You
ain't
kidding.
You got to be quick with the jokes.
Remember when we talked about what's really funny and what's not?
Yeah.
He's hiding behind it.
Right.
I was just kidding.
There's pain behind
One of them
that.
laughed.
There's pain behind it. There's pain behind what you just said.
MRI is very important.
We'll throw it to break. We'll come back 9:00 hour of Old School. Here's the deal. Jay hit the button for me. You're 90 plus from Dublin, and I just there's so much going on in the behind the scenes movement. But I want to talk about what is the risk? What is the reward for doing this game in Dublin? We'll talk about that when we come back at 9:00.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Life after college has been great, but paying off my student loans, not so great. I needed a fast way to help pay off my loans. Then I found it, a research study at Solarium. I searched the studies and found a perfect match for me. It was so easy. I earned cash for the study and paid off those student loans. Plus, I made an impact on medical research. Find a study and sign up today at helpresearch.com.
You should consider the risks of the research before you agree to participate. Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Koppel talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I can actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank. A relationship you can count on.
Cloudy, cool, and damp conditions expected here for your Tuesday. Will top out only at around 55. Rain expected to move in by late this morning and last through much of the afternoon. Rain chances will continue tonight with a low of 52. We will continue with rain chances tomorrow and only a high of 57. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Tune in every Monday morning throughout the summer at 6:45 a.m. for golf course reviews on the Nebraska Golf Passport Early Break Golf Tour with Jake Sorensen and Steve Sipple on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Another packed summer sports season means it's time to get to N Street Drive-In to fill up on all your beverage needs. Stop by for great deals on May's Beer of the Month for Boulevard Brewing, Tallgrass Brewing, and Glacial Till Ciders. Also, make sure to download the new N Street Drive-In app to order online and to set up delivery right to your front door. And don't forget their top-notch Crowler fill system. N Street Drive-In, your one-stop beverage stop at 1801 Oak Street.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
Southeast Community College has learning centers in Falls City, Hebron, Nebraska City, Plattsmouth, Wahoo, and York so that you can take credit and non-credit classes at a center nearby without having to travel an hour or more to campus. By taking online classes and those at a learning center, you can earn your degree from SEC where and when it's convenient for you, all at a cost that won't stand in the way of your education. Learn more about SCC's learning centers at southeast.edu/learning centers. SCC, your path to possible.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios. This is Old School, brought to you by Sandhills Global. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I mean, are you serious?
I can't do
we
it.
need to find his name.
Oh my
We need to
goodness.
find it. Did his name come up on?
No,
in
it
the
didn't.
news?
It's just a man on the street thing. Oh, I gotta find it. Welcome back to Hour 2 of Old School
Oh
on
my
93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com.
My people out there.
Get a hold of us, Honda Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. I'm gonna go radio silent for a bit while I work on something.
Jay.
Maybe I don't know, man. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know how people get this upset about some balloons, but I don't know much.
Oh, dude said fire Trev because he's not doing balloons anymore.
Don't ruin this. Hold on.
I don't even. You mad at breakfast? You mad at balloons?
He got some bad coffee. Somebody peed in his coffee.
You mad at balloons, bro?
You just mad about anything. Like, Does a tear come to his eye when he's watching the balloons go up? Like it's a special moment, like he's watching a sunrise or like a sunset. You know what I'm saying?
This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Let me see that again.
He's gonna play it.
I think maybe Trev Alberts should be fired. Well, I mean, this is a thing that's been going on forever, and you come in here, and I mean, Trev Alberts should be the one that kind of knows this is an important game day tradition, and I'm not understanding why he would do this.
Oh, so he's saying that Trev Alberts took all the helium and is hiding it in his back pocket.
Trev Alberts is hoarding helium.
He's hoarding helium.
He went to Russia and sabotaged the plant that helps create and generate, and then he also made the rules in which the engagement for said plants that produce helium around the world.
You're
Damn
hiding
you, Trev.
You're hiding all the helium. How dare you,
helium hoarder?
Trev Helium Hoarder Alberts. Do you really want him as your athletic director?
He should know the tradition. Yes, he knows the tradition, but he also knows there's a shortage of helium. Did you not read the statement?
Are we gonna run a smear campaign?
Yeah,
because he's hoarding the helium.
So now,
negatives.
So
negatives. He hoards helium.
I'm going to ask the fine people of Nebraska, specifically Lincoln, to actually just ask why there's a helium shortage, and then have some understanding for why they want to do it. But
no, Trev Alberts should be fired. He knows what he's doing. He's cutting the tradition off at its knees.
Blame Trev for the helium.
I think Trev Alberts should be fired.
He should be fired.
Yeah. I'm sure he's the one that's with the baby formula too. I'm sure he's hoarding baby formula too. Right? He doesn't want
how many storage containers do you have?
He doesn't want any little kids at the games. Or
Right,
like
we
that.
understand the pods that you have. Will you open them and let us look?
Yeah.
No, it's just a bunch of Husker memorabilia. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Why is that pod floating? Is it filled with helium?
Yes, you can bring your own. What Trev's statement was, he didn't say it wasn't allowed. He just said that they would not be providing it.
Right. And they almost didn't do it last year, I think.
Yeah, it just
or maybe a couple years ago.
Yeah, well, 2016, I think, 2014, maybe some dude like sued Nebraska for littering or whatever. Then they changed the composition of the balloons to make them more biodegradable.
Right.
They're still not great, but they biodegrade faster.
Just a sea of red balloons
just falling in your yard.
In Iowa's yards.
Well, there have been people in like New York that have apparently this is what they say. New York that have like picked up like red balloons with Nebraska ends on them. They're like, this is how far they floated after game day or whatever. I was like, okay, cool.
So texter Phil the Bird says this, and I completely understand why the balloon release should be halted because of the helium shortage is being so dismissive towards any of the Nebraska traditions necessary. We didn't. We absolutely didn't. What other tradition did we talk about?
I don't know. I think I was the only one.
Okay.
Except for Joe's joke.
No.
Other than that,
I understand. I mean, look, all jokes aside, I understand it's part of
what traditions have we talked about?
I mean, it is part of the game day experience. It's a part of Nebraska tradition because that's just what, obviously we've been doing since the 60s. But just in reality, the most important thing is for the team to get back to winning ways. You know what I'm saying? And Trev's the athletic director and the coaches are the coaches, the players are the players. But, what I'm saying is the main focus of everybody associated with the football team in any form or fashion, everybody should be doing whatever they can, indirectly or directly, to push towards having the best game in Ireland against Northwestern.
So
now that's to being honest. That should be the main focus. Now, are some of these things sucky because of however the shortage got there? Yeah, but at the end of the day, let's recognize it and understand it could come back next year or in 2 years when there isn't a shortage. So it's not like something that he wants to X out for forever in Nebraska history. It's like at this point in time, there's a helium shortage, which most likely means that you're going to probably pay close to double to do what you normally do. So it doesn't make sense, right? And if and there's no guarantee you probably will get the same amount of balloons X, Y, and Z. So if you bring your own, bring your own. I mean, it's not like he's outlawing it or something. It's just something that has to go away for right now.
you imagine somebody brings a balloon in and they get tackled by security?
Yeah.
No balloons in here.
I mean, we're not joking. We're trying to tongue-in-cheek a joke of it, and I understand it's really important to a lot of people, all jokes aside. It's definitely not a fireable offense. But like I'm saying, if somebody came up to me and talked to me about it, I would recognize it and understand their angst or whatever of not being around this year. But I would always ask them, would you rather have 9, 10 wins or 8, 9, 10 wins, or be able to release balloons and be 3-9? Now, they don't directly correlate, but what I'm trying to do is focus you on what's most important. That's winning football games.
If
People
somebody
get
tried
mad
to
when
tell
we try
you
to do that, though.
if somebody tried to tell you that it was going to cost double or triple to do something that you normally do, you would probably stop doing that.
Right. The same reason
It's an added value, and I understand. Like I wouldn't poo-poo on all the traditions because first of all, because I don't know them.
Right.
Second of all, what we're talking about is a small thing in the grand scope of things.
Right. Let's think about the big thing, which is obviously better product on the field, more wins, and all that stuff will come back. You put 2 winning seasons together, and next year you're able to release balloons. You're not saying, okay, well, I'm not going to do it in 23 because there was a helium shortage in 22. So ultimately, the main focus and what everybody needs to focus on is doing whatever is needed possible and then some to win that first game.
There is a recent release saying Trev says he supports eliminations of divisions in college football.
Ooh.
And with the Big Ten meetings going on, I would imagine that is a precursor. That is kind of let me put this in the universe for folks to have some understanding of what could and should happen. Again, we're waiting for the release on the Big Ten Media Days dates, so we know when we can get together and do that and where it'll be. But as it's being discussed, and a couple of ADs in the Big Ten whispered yesterday that they thought that changes were coming to the Big Ten and that we will know about them pretty quickly. So as a part of that, again, this is just, it says that he supports the elimination of divisions in college football, and he's heard that from other ADs in the Big Ten Conference. So kind of begin to wrap your brain around that as well.
How would you like to see it work in the Big Ten if they eliminated divisions? Would you want to go to something like the ACC was throwing out there with the 2 permanent teams that you play and then you switch through 4 whatever other, or would it be like Big 12-ish where you play not everybody because that's a lot more games?
You'll have 2 rivalry games that you have every year, then you will have a rotation of the other 10.
Yeah. But see, I would ask, like, what's the advantage of not having divisions?
I didn't. Well,
because then you don't have instances where you have Ohio State and a 5-loss team from the Big Ten West playing for the Big Ten title. Instead, you have Ohio State or whoever. Let's just say Ohio State and Penn State, who have 2 losses playing for the Big Ten title because they're the 2 best teams in the Big Ten, as opposed to just the best team in the Big Ten East and the second place team in there, like Michigan, with like 1 loss or 2 losses because they lost to Ohio State, going up against an Iowa.
That's
who
all
lost
great
to
and dandy
Northwestern
until
and blah blah blah.
Until Michigan loses 2 games and Nebraska or Iowa's in there.
Well, then
ultimately you're trying to go Michigan. Ideally, the Big Ten is trying to get Michigan, Ohio State twice.
I mean, ideally, but at the same time, you're just trying to get the 2 best teams.
Well, so it's always seemed like,
but the conference should be.
It's always kind of worked out that way.
I mean, they're not really spread equally.
I mean, the 2 best teams in the Big Ten this year was Ohio State and Michigan, but you play a game in regular season. I mean, that's the point of you play the regular season.
Like it removes that, especially if Michigan, Ohio State are going to play every year, which is a part of what they want to install. Is that would be a part of.
Would that take away from the excitement? Michigan, Ohio State twice.
Well,
no, because when you got remember when you got Alabama,
Georgia,
LSU twice, or Alabama, Georgia twice, it didn't take away from the excitement. Except, well, the Alabama LSU one did, because that one was like 9-6
Georgia
in the national title.
Yeah. My curiosity is what this means for Nebraska, and
it could be an easier path for them to get to the Big Ten championship.
I feel like it's the same path. You just gotta.
Because if you get on a year where you say you're always playing, say for instance, Iowa and Wisconsin, right? and then you get a schedule where you're playing against like the Marylands and Illinois and Purdue and the lower level teams, and then you say you oddly enough say like the Penn State has a down year, you get them at home in Minnesota. Okay, you could roll up in there with one loss, whereas say like Wisconsin has they'll play Minnesota and say Iowa, and then say they got Ohio State and Michigan on their round robin type of deal. They're going through a tougher path, so they'll have 2 or 3 losses, and you have 1, so you'll end up getting there. Then people will be mad because you'll say strength of schedule.
Well,
So
but that's going to be a part of the conversation.
It's going to be part of the conversation anyways, but that's just the way it is.
Because you're not just going to play Big Ten competition. So everybody's not going to face everybody.
Right.
And there won't be any fairness of schedule because everybody won't play everybody.
Scheduling will be tricky. And
Will
Nebraska
this kind of go into the
alliance
alliance with the Pac-12 and the ACC?
Eventually, right?
Yeah,
I mean, now I could see that now where you're doing it, but really, I mean, it's always going to come down to scheduling. And let's be honest, Nebraska, since they've been in the Big Ten, has probably had a tougher road schedule wise than any other team. And in theory, they're getting a little bit of a break this year. You get what I'm saying? As far as schedule and being able to get some build some momentum. Now games still need to be played and all that stuff, but when you look at the schedule, where we're playing and who we're playing, we should this is a year that we kind of get a little bit of a reprieve versus when we first got into Big Ten. I mean, they definitely were trying to show us through the meat grinder, let you know you don't belong. So yeah, I mean, look, they have probably more intel and understanding of why. I just would want to know what the reasoning behind it. But if it's going to create a more competitive Big Ten, branding wise, to keep them up there in line with the SEC, and if they have an alliance and all that, and don't lose any of your cachet. I assume that you're trying to do this to where you're creating such a powerful brand of the Big Ten that you possibly can get 2 teams into that college football playoffs. You get what I'm saying? Versus you had Alabama and Georgia in there.
But 2 of your teams are going to take losses.
Right.
So imagine Michigan going with 2 losses.
Well, okay, here's like this. Say Ohio State goes undefeated.
Uh-huh.
Get to the Big Ten championship. Michigan's only loss is Ohio State, right? So just say at the end of the day, Ohio State is 2, Michigan is 3 going to the Big Ten championship. Mm-hmm. Michigan ends up beating. They both are 11-1 or 12 and whatever 12 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then now 2 gets in there. Versus if you don't, if the first loser, which would be Michigan, doesn't get a chance to play that extra weekend.
This happens. So imagine the outcry if the Pac-12 has Oregon, who is 12-0, and USC, who is 11-1, and Pac-12 gets 2 teams in it, and the SEC only gets 1. Imagine the nightmarish.
Then you're going to have to go back. You're actually as a college football playoff committee, when you announce that you're going to have a meeting, your result of the meeting isn't going to be we announce we're going to have another meeting. You're actually going to have to announce that we had a meeting and we're actually talking about expanding the playoffs, and that's what you want from a fan base. Because if you're a fan,
we haven't even talked about the SEC.
If you wanted
we
to,
haven't even talked about the SEC.
The SEC has its own.
And if you
plan
if you want to get to 8 teams, that's what you want. You want 1 year. And look, the college football playoffs started, and all this other stuff started. Nebraska, Michigan. That was it. 97 put all this stuff in. So you need that 1 year where there's a ton of this talking back and forth, ideas. Pac-12 was like, okay, we finally got 2 teams.
How March Madness happened for basketball. Number 5 Maryland doesn't make the tournament.
Did that happen with LSU, Alabama rematch at 9-6, and then we got more into the playoff?
And then all the while Georgia is sitting readily.
Right. You got to.
It'll be chaos.
You need one team from the SEC that's going to be outside looking in, and then you need some of these weaker conferences, whether it's Big 12 or Pac 12.
But then what happens?
Honestly,
what happens to Cincinnati? Cincinnati's outside.
Well, if you get 8, then you get the at-large.
You get your group of 5.
You get your group of 5.
You just need Alabama to miss the playoff once.
But then Notre Dame is going to stack its schedule, and they will be in it every year because there's nobody holding them accountable.
And that's where the conversation starts, because Notre Dame will start playing people, and then they get the brakes beat off them. And
but you're not going to force Notre Dame to play anybody.
Right.
But if they don't play anybody. See, my thing with that is Notre Dame also doesn't play anybody, but they don't get get that held against. They play like two big name teams a year.
Well, they were falling into the ACC, and then it became, okay, let me get into this space. But then you recognize the risk reward wasn't there. So there's no reason for them to go past that. Cincinnati could have moved to a different, to a bigger division.
No, they are now. Well, kind of.
Well, kind of. Right? So the SEC, and then the ACC sitting down there with Florida State and Miami just staring at people.
We will be good again.
Yeah, I think I think this could help expand the playoffs. I wouldn't say create parity in college football, but get some more.
What would that do to Nebraska? I'm just in my head. Nebraska each year, even with bad talent, they had the possibility of doing well in the Big Ten West.
Mm-hmm.
You're now falling right dead square in the middle of the pack, and it's crabs in a barrel. Like nothing that's going to happen from this removal of divisions is immediately helpful to Nebraska.
But I don't think anything
to get better faster.
Yeah, and I don't think anything since Nebraska's been in the Big Ten has been to help Nebraska. That's why everybody's mad at Barry Alvarez because he sold you a bill of goods that obviously didn't come to fruition. So I don't think it does anything in a negative. I think it obviously ramps up the pressure and puts you on more of a red alert. But we're already at that right now. Winning takes care of everything. If Nebraska starts to be more consistent and more a better product on the field, then you're going to have people outside of, our little kind of like little quadrant talking about Nebraska, and then that's how you get back out there. So that's just the deal. I mean, look at Penn State. Penn State's maybe a notch ahead of Nebraska right now as far as like their program. They had one really 2 good year. Like you had the Bill O'Brien, but James Franklin had that one really good team. Now they're always talked about, right? That's Nebraska needs those 1, 2, 3 years, and you're back up there. Then you have the branding power with the TV networks and in the Big Ten to where they want to give you the benefit of the doubt. But you can't worry about step 3 because we haven't got past step 1. We have to have a winning season, a respectable winning season. And I'm talking to more than 6 wins. You know what I mean? Where you're like, okay, Nebraska's on the uptick, and then double down on it, which I mean it again. Then I can come and talk to you about that. But you can't talk about what it does for Nebraska because right now it doesn't really matter because the only thing that's important in Nebraska is handling our business. You handle your business, everything will take care of itself. You can't see, I think sometimes fans or people just in general think coming to the Big Ten and the Big Ten is going to fix it or the schedule is going to fix it. What's going to fix it is doing the work and going out and playing well, being coachable, coaching, team chemistry, all that stuff that we can talk about till the cows come home.
Where do you
That's the
put
most important
the
thing.
program now? So remove divisions and tell me where Nebraska as a program is in the Big Ten when it comes to football.
As far as I think, just middle of the road. I'd lose credibility saying, we're up there with Ohio State.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll just say middle of the road.
Right. So
I would have no problem like ranking them in the middle.
What we know about conferences
in the middle, like I don't mean to cut you off. Say there's thirds, right?
Uh-huh.
Of like right in the middle third.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say this. What we know about conferences in the NCAA and conferences in football is that conferences cater to the upper echelon of
the top third
from their membership.
Right.
So as somebody that currently doesn't sit in that space,
you got to go take it.
You got to go take it, but you better pay attention to how business is being done.
Oh, sure. Now I'm not saying you don't pay attention,
right?
And don't be involved in the conversations. But the biggest thing to get you're at the table listening to the conversation, maybe getting asked a question. They're probably not taking your input very seriously because you're not that, but you're still everybody's at the table. So the best thing you can do is use the eyes, open your ears, take notes, X, Y, and Z. Because the perfect example is up there in East Lansing with Michigan State, and Michigan. Well, Michigan's kind of always been there. They're blue blood in the Big Ten, but Michigan State, right? They were written off.
So the blue bloods. So the current upper echelon would be Ohio State, Michigan, Wisconsin, Penn State. Is that fair?
Yeah, guaranteed. Yeah, guys that get catered to, right?
So pay attention
to what those four do.
To what those four's reaction to this thing is,
right?
And if they're celebrating,
and how they kind of maneuver around it,
right? Because that's I'm just saying, Nebraska fans, wrap your head around this because business is about to change, and you better pay attention to it because you're going to be angry real soon if things don't go the right way.
Right. But the best way to do is control the controllable. And that's
Right,
how
which
you
is
play
get
it.
there.
And
So
that's how you do things.
We'll go to break. We'll come back. We'll talk about Dublin because it just, again, with all the business that's being done,
Guinness.
This business, I'm trying to
Give me
figure
the
out,
Guinness.
is this good business? That's what I want to know. We'll talk about that when we come back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, it's Nelson. Isn't it a great feeling when a company has your budget in mind instead of trying to squeeze it all out of you? That's why Caterpillar Vapes has been voted a fan favorite among premium e-juice, CBD, and Delta-8 customers year after year. And now they're here in Lincoln. Returning customers are always enjoying weekly deals and perks, and new Caterpillar Vapes customers get 50% off their entire first purchase. A company that cares about their customers. Crazy, right? In a hurry? Try the drive-thru. Caterpillar Vapes, 2601 North 11th Street, and online at caterpillarvapes.com.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding.
Whoa!
Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Woohoo! Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
Cloudy, cool, and damp conditions expected here for your Tuesday. We'll top out only at around 55. Rain expected to move in by late this morning and last through much of the afternoon. Rain chances will continue tonight with a low of 52. We will continue with rain chances tomorrow and only a high of 57. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you wanna come and text us,
If you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music,
This is Mommy's jam.
then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Another packed summer sports season means it's time to get to N Street Drive-In to fill up on all your beverage needs. Stop by for great deals on May's Beer of the Month for Boulevard Brewing, Tallgrass Brewing, and Glacial Till Ciders. Also, make sure to download the new N Street Drive-In app to order online and to set up delivery right to your front door. And don't forget their top-notch Crowler fill system. N Street Drive-In, your one-stop beverage stop at 1801 Oak Street.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric always makes safety a top priority for our home and office. In under just 1 hour, their team installed the state-of-the-art air scrubber system directly into our existing HVAC ductwork. This technology purifies the air and reduces exposure to common bacteria and viruses, creating a safer breathing environment for my family. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 in the morning, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
At Baxter, we put you in the driver's seat with a simplified buying process, at-home test drives, hassle-free delivery, and service pickup and return. Check out all our new vehicle specials now during the Ram Make the Switch event at Baxter Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Old School, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. We're talking Ireland. Huskers to Ireland, taking on the Wildcats of Northwestern in 90-plus days.
I am slightly concerned, Jay Foreman, that we don't know what time kickoff is, that we don't know.
We still don't know that.
We don't know.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about that.
Well, how do you, first of all, how do you do the business of sending 2 American teams to Ireland without having a, like if you're creating an event, right? Built around a game, built around a football game, right? So when you book the football game, don't you have some understanding of the time differential?
I'm sure they got a couple time slots that everybody knows. It's not like they just have a blank, sheet. I'm sure that they're trying to figure out what other games they can get around it. When is the most optimal time to get the views? Because the worst thing you want is the game too early. People are still sleeping and you miss half the game. You want to get it to where time.
Who's the game for? Is the game for folks back here in Lincoln, or is it for the folks who are going to go over to Ireland that you're trying to get into the stadium?
Well, they're already going to be there. So the game on TV, the time of the game has to appease both. One, if it's at 9 o'clock in the morning there, it's 3 o'clock in the morning here. You get what I'm saying? So you got to have that optimal time. And then also you want to have a time slot to where you can get the most views for this game here within the United States. And then also a time to where you can make sure that the game is filled, in presence. So, I'm sure they have a couple options. I'm sure that I'd be very surprised that in the next like 20 to 30 days that they don't know or there's not a time. Again, so then if I'm talking to the players, our mindset is don't matter what time it is. We play at night, we'll play at night. If we play in the morning, we'll play in the morning. If it's afternoon, we'll play in the afternoon. Our main focus is coming back with a W. I don't care what the score is. I don't care if it's 199, 1-0, 3-4. The most important thing is that it doesn't matter when the game's played, the conditions, how we're playing, 5 people in the stand, 5 million people, 50,000, I don't care. We're playing a game and we're going over there for one thing, to win a business trip. Yes, is it a once in a lifetime opportunity, most likely, to go to Ireland and have that trip and go, be in the game and stuff like that. That's great. But ultimately, let's not lose focus. Let's not lose focus of what's the most important thing.
If the focus is if the game is the thing, then why is the game there? Why is the game not here? You can't tell me that's the ultimate.
I mean, you'd have to.
What was it? But
it's Northwestern's home game though.
Here's the thing,
right? So it's their home game. So that's a question for them, and it's something that's been this game was set up before Scott and Trev got here.
This is not a Scott and Trev discussion,
right? So you got to play the game.
Okay,
so it is what it is.
for your opening game, week 0, first of all, it changes the way you prepare. It changes when you start. It changes how
it changes your off season, all that
everything
stuff.
that you do, all the normal things. And we know that consistency is the thing that helps you improve. So whenever you go outside a system, chaos happens. Right. And we understand it. So this is the ultimate chaos for the first game of the most important game for everybody on this roster and within this program.
Right. I mean, it's not ideal for what's most important to us here is for Nebraska, but ultimately, again,
you're doing it.
The mindset is it is what it is, and we're going to do what we do. We're going to do what we do.
So imagine, because again, your normal prep for week 0 would include your normal weekly schedule of not practice days, film study days, walkthrough days, etc. Now you're going to get on plane. You're going to get on plane and you're going to go to Dublin. You're going to pick up all of your gear, all of your usual consistent things.
Which you would always do on an away game anyway. So all it is a little bit farther, different time zone, yes, but I'm assuming you prepare for the time zone as much as you can by curtailing your practice to be somewhat around the time that the game's going to start. So, Coach Osborne used to always tell us the great ones adjust, and so you got to be able to adjust, and you got to be able to pivot and compromise. It's not ideal, but sometimes when you play football, it's not ideal.
So what are the adjustments?
It is what it is.
This is what I'm asking. What are the adjustments? Because now
I don't know what the adjustments are.
You're going to take off on the 21st, 22nd. Travel days. Again, the acclimation days, right, where you need to figure out,
There's two theories. One, you try to acclimate before you go. Change. It's no different. I remember when we played out in San Francisco from Buffalo, or 2 times. One time we didn't adjust. Went out there and got mollywopped. Like, it seemed like they were running in warp speed. And then another time we curtailed when we went out to, I think, to Seattle or somewhere out there on the West Coast, maybe San Diego. And the kickoff time was a certain time, so we pushed practice back to do that. And Coach Phillips, always he asked us to curtail our sleep patterns to what it would be like playing out there. And then when we got back, we adjusted what day we had our first week of practice, and then a rest day, and then so that was like your reset day. So, I think maybe they're not going to practice. Well, I can't really speak for them, but I'm assuming that they're going to practice a little different and then go from there. And then you got to adjust. This is part of playing big time football. This is part of when you come to, as much as you can kind of talk about, say this is not ideal for Nebraska. This is ideal because the learning experience that they're getting. Yes, you would like to be in a different position as a football program. Like we'd like to be coming off a 9-3 season, right?
Right.
You're coming off a 3-9 season. So every little thing that could kind of get you out of your norm, potentially could affect you. But if you embrace it and focus on what the most important thing is to go over there and win the game, then all that stuff really doesn't matter. It's kind of like in the way, but when you win the game, then it was all worth it. It's not worth it if you go over there and play like crap.
And plus, in this scenario, you do not have a bye week following the following week.
Right.
You have to come.
It's going to challenge you from a depth standpoint. It's going to challenge you from a mental standpoint. Being able to get up quickly. I think they play North Dakota, the second week, which is fine. But at the end of the day, when you're and they're going to get plenty of rest. And at the end of the day, you win that game, rest, recover, reset, focus. North Dakota, handle that business, do it again against, was it Georgia Southern or whatever, and then handle that business. And then we're going to handle Oklahoma. I mean, it's the most important game, the most important practice, the most important plays is always the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can kind of preach that from here on out, and it should have been before, but I'm assuming that they, obviously they had a little break, it seems like. So now when you're there, this is the most important day. The most important thing for every single player is today. Whether you got meetings, weights, practice, or whatever you got going on, this is the most important. Every day is the most important. You keep stacking those days up. And then any obstacle or any type of speed bump that gets in your way, then it doesn't really throw you off your pattern. And you look at it like, okay, this is a sucky situation. Okay, we're gonna say we know it's sucky, but then we're gonna make it the best sucky that we can, because being upset about the situation does 2 things. You only can do 2 things about it. You're already mad, right?
Yep.
So it's either it can be affect you negatively or you can make a positive of it. Okay, be pissed off that you got to go over there and play, and then be more pissed off that you're tired and you got to come back and play North Dakota. Take it out on them. The schedule ain't changing,
right?
And so the best thing is to embrace it, and that's going to come from internal leadership. It's going to be coming from the coaching staff, which I think they'll be well prepared for it, and embrace it. Yeah, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity to go, beat the brakes off of Northwestern over there. The biggest game on week 0. You're getting a lot of eyes that weekend, which also helps them out since it's week 0. So there's not a ton of games. You know what I mean? There's some other games, but Nebraska, Northwestern will be, if not the biggest, if not one of the biggest. So then you just go from there. I think there's all the factors you deal with, but the most factors I will be focusing on is let's go put it forth our best effort.
With 95 days on the calendar and a 5-day travel, you got 90 days pretty much to get yourselves ready to beat Northwestern. Before the break, we'll come back. We'll talk more because we'll break it down. I want to know what players should be doing right now.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at freedmanlaw.com today.
Yo, it's the captain, Rashawn Jackson. Join me this Wednesday at Wingstop at 28th and Superior from 11 to 2 for Husker Sports Talk and, most importantly, wings. That's Wednesday at Wingstop at 28th and Superior, the official sponsor of the captain. Order wings ahead at wingstop.com. See you there.
Hey, it's Nelson. We all know life gets a little hectic. You're just looking for that right amount of balance for stress relief with your busy lifestyle while trying to not break the bank. That's why you got to stop by the newest Caterpillar Vapes location right here in Lincoln, 2601 North 11th Street. The Caterpillar team is made up of people just like you, wanting the best product at the best price. They can walk you through the largest selection in town, answer any questions, and find you that perfect balance. First-time customers get 50% off their entire purchase. Stop in and see for yourself. For more, find them on Facebook or online at CaterpillarVapes.com.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Cloudy, cool, and damp conditions expected here for your Tuesday. We'll top out only at around 55. Rain expected to move in by late this morning and last through much of the afternoon. Rain chances will continue tonight with a low of 52. We will continue with rain chances tomorrow and only a high of 57. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Baxter, we put you in the driver's seat with a simplified buying process, at-home test drives, hassle-free delivery, and service pickup and return. Check out all our new vehicle specials now during the Ram Make the Switch event at Baxter Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Southeast Community College is training tomorrow's workforce today with our nearly 60 career and technical programs. We are doing our part to help employers fill vacancies during this current labor shortage, graduating students with skill sets employers are seeking. We're also helping to upskill the workforce by adding short-term credentials like certificates in many programs so that employees can get retraining quickly. Learn more about upskilling with SCC at southeast.edu/academics. SCC, your path to possible.
This is Old School on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Damn. Welcome back to Old School.
I'm going to send you this week.
Third segment of the second hour.
I'm going to read you.
Man, I'm
going to send you this week.
This off-air chatter is just wild. We're all over the map.
Yeah, we really
You
are.
got one thing, I got one thing, Jay's got another. It's crazy. It's
We
crazy.
really are.
Join us in our conversation. 402-464-5685. Honda Lincoln Hotline, Sutter Heyman text line.
Jay is all over this the Trev Healy thing.
Oh, the guy with the little head, the little cock head.
I think Trev should be fired.
Yeah.
The way he pauses and like looks at the camera, he's fired.
I have to apologize to myself because I ordered a shirt that was available online. It is a shirt that I will never wear, but I just need to have it.
What is it?
And I don't know why. But Jay,
Candle start. Oh, come on.
Sweego, can you see it?
You ordered that? That's funny. Hey, it's funny because still no rings though.
Right. That's cold.
At all. Like there's
none.
No,
Like
ring.
none.
It's Kendall starting 5. Kendall Jenner starting 5, and that is.
It's a pretty good starting 5. It'd be a fun team to watch.
Yeah. We need reality TV back for this. This is what this is. Jay, a lot of the football players took a break, right? They gave their body, gave their brains a break, right?
Right.
But they're back. They're back, and they're putting in work. So the question should be, what should they be working on? What could they be working on now, 90 days out from you getting on a plane to head to Ireland?
I mean, you should ideally, even if you did take a break, that doesn't mean you just don't do anything, as far as in the weight room or, your routine. So you should come back and rejuvenated. Now it's money time. Now you have a real tangible goal that you got to be working towards, whether it's to win a position, go into fall camp in best shape you can be, or solidify your position and be in the best you can be if you have aspirations to be all Big Ten. And then as a team, you want to put your best foot forward going over to Ireland. So this is a great time, in my opinion. I mean, competition is thick. Obviously, we just added a couple of guys out of the transfer portal. But it should make everybody, work harder and try to be the best they can be, because ultimately, there's a lot on the line, both individually, collectively, as far as like position groups, and then obviously segmented in offense and defense and special teams. So everybody has a job to do. Everybody has a thing to prove. And everybody also, wants to have a big hand in helping the team win. And ultimately, that's the most important thing, wins and losses.
Through through this time where there's not 100% engagement, right? You're not fully locked in.
Right.
Who can get the players into the space that they need to be into when you're not fully connected? So it's 90 days, it's 30 days. You go work out. Some meal plans are in order, right? So folks have some idea about what folks are putting in their bodies and the type of workouts that they're in. But who can get players in the film study and in the right recovery rooms? Who can do that on these teams?
The leadership, I'm sure they got the leadership, council, unity council, and they, that's what you got to implement. But the best teams are led by the players. Players got to take a hold of the team, regardless if it's a guy coming in from the transfer portal. Yeah, it's great you're coming in, but this is the way we do things. You're a small or big part of this process, and that's the way it needs to go.
Is Casey Thompson here to change the way business is being done, or to adapt to it?
Oh, a little bit of both.
Okay.
I mean, the way he goes about his business is different than probably Adrian did, but he's a different type of leader. We've seen that from the first time he was on campus. So, but he also is gonna. I mean, look, he's done everything you need to do. Come in, embrace the position, embrace who you are, who you're going against, embracing competition, and embracing your teammates. And the best way to win them over is by playing good and working hard. And being accountable and being there for each other, both in good, bad, and in different times.
That accountable word is going to be big over the next 60 days.
We got to hold each other accountable, and holding each other accountable isn't always like yelling at a player. It's always, sometimes you got to put your arm around somebody because some days you just don't have it. But it can't be. It can't. Guys can't. Nobody can afford to be overweight, underweight, and doing just enough. Mm-hmm. I call it just cashing your scholarship check. Mm-hmm. Championships are won when the lights are off. What are you doing when nobody's watching? And are you doing it consistently? Because that's ultimately what's going to push you over the top. And that's both individually and then as a position group, and then obviously as an offense, defense, special teams.
I'm just pointing it out, man. Them get-by dudes will get you beat. And this is an important 30-day stretch. What they're doing when they're not always under the lights.
Yeah, it's real. I mean, because you got to start. There is no easing into it. Start and then be able to go into overdrive those last 45 days.
It'll be important. All right, we'll toward the break. We'll come back. We'll close out Old School here on The Ticket.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, it's Nelson inviting you to stop by the newest Caterpillar Vape Shop here in Lincoln at 2601 North 11th Street. Get to know the team that will find you exactly what you're looking for. Premium e-juice, CBD, Delta 8, mods, kits, and more. They can answer any question you have and find the right fit for you. In a hurry, hit the drive-thru for convenient service. Amazing rewards for existing customers, and as always, new Caterpillar Vapes customers get 50% off their entire purchase. Now is the time. Stop in. Caterpillar Vapes, 2601 North 11th Street. Follow on Facebook or online at CaterpillarVapes.com.
The weather in Nebraska is unpredictable every day, and that's no fun when you're trying to golf. Double Eagle Golf in West Lincoln is now open to let you play in perfect indoor conditions daily. Double Eagle Golf has 5 simulator bays to hit in, by far the most in Lincoln. It has a fully stocked bar with beers and cocktails for you to enjoy while you play. Double Eagle Golf is open each weekday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., so you can start the day there, take a client over lunch, or end the night with friends. Check out Double Eagle Golf today inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric ensures our home and office HVAC systems run smoothly throughout the year to provide maximum comfort and convenience. Routine maintenance reduced our operating costs just by improving the efficiency of our unit. Consider a maintenance agreement to ensure you too receive priority for services and scheduling. This helps meet manufacturer warranty requirements. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Back to Old School with DP and J.
Final segment of Old School here on 93.7 TakeItFM.com. I didn't realize how intense this balloon thing would get until I started scrolling through Twitter.
Which is really, I'm starting to accept that that's not always a good idea.
Oh, I love Twitter. I don't always read it all, but I just saw one of our good friends, Sam McEwen, tweeted out asking people for their takes on the balloons being canceled, and 49 replies.
Yeah, it's a big deal to some people, man.
And that's just replies directly to him. That's not replies to the replies.
Right.
Just yelling over.
People want to be heard. And was it a Tuesday?
This is Tuesday.
Yeah, angry on
Talk
a
to
Tuesday.
me. Talk
Tuesday.
to me. Talk
How
to me
many?
Tuesday.
So I tweeted, I want to hear the takes. If I tweeted out that I want balloon takes later on today, how many texts do you think we would get on the text line?
I'm afraid.
I kind of want to do it.
It's your show.
I know.
It's your soup.
But
it's your soup,
But
bro.
we had other things planned for today.
It's your soup.
I don't want balloons.
Sports always changes the dynamic.
I don't want balloons in my soup.
What do you guys have planned today?
We're doing a taste test Tuesday. We're gonna try that Dr. Pepper, and we're talking about Stephon Wynn.
Just do the balloon.
We're talking about Stephon Wynn and the impact that he has. And we're gonna I think we're gonna talk a little bit more about softball. Put a bow on that because we got sidetracked yesterday, and somebody wanted to know about baseball, so we started talking about baseball.
Well, I was hoping to talk baseball today because I wanted to. Kyle Perry reached out, and I don't know whether he's going to make it, but he had kind of made himself available to talk about it. I think for all the sports that went left, a lot of it was lost leadership.
Yeah.
Lost leadership.
Yeah, I mean, people don't understand. Like, you could win a championship one year and come back with majority of the same team or the perception of a pretty powerful team. And it's a totally different team. That's why you always got to start from ground zero every year. Get back to the basics and see what you're at. Because you could have, we won championship in 95, had a great group of players coming back in 96, and we just didn't have that ingredient, or we hadn't built that ingredient that we needed, and we end up losing against Texas in the Big 12 championship. And we come back the next year, obviously, with Jason and Grant coming back and having some guys that been in the system a little bit more. Amon Green took his game to the next level. Scott Frost took his game to the next level. Another year with Ralph and Mike Brown and being, not freshmen. And then some guys stepped up, and, the linebacker room, X, Y, and Z, and we're into national champs. And so, the baseball team is going through, the learning of being a winner. Like I said, it's different being a hunter versus being a hunted, and it's a totally different mindset.
Yep, and then being out front and having a guy you expect to give the ball to every weekend, and he's not available. As a matter of fact, he's not only not available, but he is recovering. He goes through a full surgery. So
Right.
there are a lot of those conversations to have. We'll talk about it here coming up on One-on-One. Jay Foreman, thank you, brother. You and I have a conversation to have later today. I'm rather excited about, and we can share this stuff later on. But I'm looking forward to some of the things that are in the water around us. Looking forward to it. I really am. I'm getting excited about some of this stuff. All right, that's it for Old School 101. Coming up next here on 93.7 The Ticket.